In this video, I will compare the Intel Core i5-13500H and AMD Ryzen 5 7640HS, highlighting their differences, and then provide a conclusion to help you determine which one is the better choice. Both of these processors are laptop processors. The Intel Core i5-13500H and AMD Ryzen 5 7640HS were both released in January 2023. The Intel Core processor utilizes a hybrid architecture, incorporating both performance and efficiency cores. It boasts 4 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, while the Ryzen 5 7640HS features 6 performance cores. The Intel processor is well suited for those seeking a balance between performance and efficiency. Performance cores handle demanding tasks such as gaming and video editing, while efficiency cores manage background tasks like web browsing and email. The Ryzen processor is preferable for users requiring the best possible performance in single-threaded tasks like gaming. Due to the significantly higher base clock frequency of the performance cores in Ryzen compared to Intel, this Ryzen may perform better under normal CPU loads. Additionally, the boost clock frequency of the Ryzen is much higher than that of Intel, potentially resulting in better performance when the CPU is under heavy load. Also, the cache size of this Intel appears to be larger in all L1, L2 and L3 caches. Consequently, Intel generally leads to improved system performance by enabling the processor to rapidly store and retrieve more data and instructions, thereby reducing the need to fetch data from slower main memory. In terms of memory support, Ryzen accommodates up to 256 GB of RAM, whereas this Intel supports only up to 64 GB of RAM. Both processors support DDR5 and LPDDR5 RAM, but the Ryzen 7640HS specifically supports high-frequency RAM. For DDR5 RAM, it supports up to 5600 MHz, and for LPDDR5, it supports up to 7500 MHz. While both processors support integrated graphics, the boost clock frequency of the integrated graphics for Ryzen is significantly higher, potentially resulting in slightly better performance for graphical activities. Additionally, the Ryzen 5 7640HS supports ECC, whereas the Intel 13500H does not. Therefore, for critical systems, the Ryzen 5 7640HS is a better choice than the Intel 13500H. This Intel Core 13500H supports PCI version 5, whereas that of Ryzen 7640HS only supports PCI version 4. Also, number of PCI lanes supports by this Intel is greater than that of Ryzen. As Intel Core 13500H supports latest PCI version that of Ryzen, so it allows more data transfer simultaneously. As this Intel has more PCI lanes, so that can be good in terms of expanding connectivity and accommodating high-performance components. Peak temperature supports by both processor is 100 degrees Celsius. This is the maximum safe operating temperature of processor. TDP of both of these processor is configurable. They will have similar experiences in power consumption. Now let's look at benchmark comparison. For benchmarks, this Intel processor seems to be better than that of Ryzen in the case of Cinebench R23 and Geekbench V6 for multi-core processor. So looking at these specifications, you can decide which to choose based on your requirements. This much for today. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also click on bell icon to never miss any update.